Sure. Translate into which language? Sure. Translate into which language? I will not then. Bye for now.
Aloha, everybody, and welcome once again to the Daily Pidgin. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And you are joining us on the internet side. And for those of you just joining us, we do a podcast, basically, right? I think it's fair to call it that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and from this podcast, we edit out a TV show. So every once in a while, we'll go to a television portion, but we'll warn you so you can get stuff out of your teeth and,
Straighten up.
That's right.
Fix the collar.
Yeah, and sit up straight and put a bag over borrowed people that might be with you. Anyway, and we have a special guest.
Yes.
That's right, Keone Nunes, the tattoo artist, traditional tattoo artist extraordinaire, is here, and we'll talk to him in just a little bit on the internet side before we go to TV. But before we do that, let's say how's it to a few people. I said hi to Mad Statter and Michael Anthony Smith, but let's say hi to Ella. Azit Ella, mahalo for joining us all the way from Florida. Keone Nunes coming in from Thailand.
Yeah, that's far.
Sam Bittner, how's it, Emma Jang Gang? GB1 1959, thanks for being here. Rick S, aloha no. Hey, and Curtis Nixt. Hey, aloha gangi. Wait a minute, I never click on nice Curtis. Good, we like to see that handsome face. Where is it? Oh, the bug of hiding. There he is. Thank you. Debbie Case. Aloha, Andy and James from Kentucky. Oh, and there's Devin, one of our moderationists in the Holly. I feel more secure. And there's Nani Aloha, a moderationist and associate producer. Thanks for being here. Huh? I feel, I get backlash now. E.T. Guerrero. Aloha, Andy and James. Appreciate it. And the gang. Poppy Cheney, a regular on the show. Mahalo once again. And for all the gift subs you did on the last show. I don't know if I thanked him for that, but I was going off. There's Darlene S. Aloha, Andy James, and the Hammer Jang Gang. Brian R. Mahalo for being here. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, Kulika. Aloha, Andy and James and Gangi. Look at that, brother. He's trying to launch the emotes, but no work on that one, Aaron. Aaron, excuse me, Aaron. Aloha from Washington State. Was it for James, I would be making my wine eye reading style.
That's why you got to add some Ia into your Waianae style.
Yeah, where else you gonna get the vowels? How's it, Pokoliti? Mahalo for joining us once again, Kevin Frazier. How's it, Andy James and the Gangi? Look at him with his homemade shaka using the keyboard right there. You see, that's what that is at the end there, huh? Hey, Kamoela man, aloha no, coming in from guess where? Kamoela, that's right. Ooh, you guys good guesses, huh? Okay, let's bring in Keone, and what we'll do is we'll talk to him a little bit before we do the first segment of the television show.
Okay.
Sound good to you?
Sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Aussie Keone, aloha no from Thailand, huh?
Aloha. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. You sound great, isn't that?
Nice voice.
Good devices, you bugger.
Oh, all Apple products. You know that.
And before we went live, you showed me an Apple product, your new Apple product.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me see
yeah.
that bugger. Ooh, look at that. Mountain Apple product. Watch
Yeah,
out, John DeMello
yeah.
gonna say, hey.
Yeah, so right now is season over here. And so you can buy them for about $1.80 for 2.2 pounds.
Well, I don't know, is that good?
I don't know either.
But,
Yeah.
I'll get one friend with one tree, right? And they're going, bro, help me wash my
Yeah.
car. You can pick all you like.
But like I was telling you before,
Yeah.
this is the kicker. Because the mountain apples over here, no more seed. So it's all meat.
But how do they grow?
I have no idea. I have no
What?
idea. Probably like banana, yeah. They gotta actually cultivate it themselves, yeah.
You just put the plant in. It's not the fruit that makes the thing. It's the plant itself.
Yeah.
That's like you
Yeah.
ever hear people go, "Hey, bro, you like eat seedless grapes? How do they grow?" That's always my question. Wow.
Yeah. Then
Oh, look.
I seen Kamuela Man's avatar,
Yeah.
and the kind over here, if you walk down Sukhumvit, which is the main street down at
Yeah.
in Krung Thep in Bangkok, um you can buy all over the place. It's kind of like legal over
Well,
here.
Pakalolo.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's something
Yeah.
people like without seeds.
Look, you know, and I.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
That almost got by me.
I read it somewhere. I read it somewhere in a book.
No
Oh,
stems, no
okay.
seeds that you don't need. Acapulco Gold is badass weed. That was Cheech and Chong's album. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh no,
notice and
yeah, maybe it was. What's that?
yeah, notice Andy.
Yeah.
One thing you gotta notice, it was a person from IAEA that said that comment, not from YNI.
Not from Wayne. We always from the west side. You know, Apollo Gata used to do this funny thing. He said, you know, it's always Y&I man does this. Y&I man does. It's like he's some kind of super criminal. You know, Y&I man and his sidekick, Nanakuli Youth.
And it's all guys from IAEA and Waimanalo and stuff that come into the coast,
Yeah.
dump the bodies, then go out.
And dump the bodies. Look at Darlene S. says those mountain apples look delicious and no seeds. Oh,
Yeah.
bueno, yeah.
They're really good. They're real sweet. They're real good. So you can find them all over the place over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they have like like how, over here we get so many mangoes you can't give them away. Is that the
Yeah.
is that the case with the mountain apples there?
Pretty much, and mangoes also. They get mangoes all over the place. So, mangoes, bananas, all that kind of stuff, and mangosteen. I don't know if you've ever tried mangosteen. In Hawaii, it sells for like about $10 to $14 a pound.
Wow.
Over here, it's like for 2 kilos, which is 4.4 pounds, is about $3.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Big savings.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so I got to tell you, the Thailand Department of Tourism, and moving there should hire you, bro, because I know Kamawela right now. He's doing searches.
No,
Oh, hey, there's
it,
Lono coming in. How's it, Lono? Lono, by the way, will be a guest this Friday. So, mahalo, brother. All right, number
oh,
51
you.
in the house. Number 51. Was that your number? 51?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, football, us football players, yeah.
You always get the number.
Yeah.
It's so funny
Yeah,
because when I work with Ed Kaahea in Booga Booga, right? We all
yeah.
call him number 12 because that was his number in high school. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, looky here. Okay, well, let's look at Devin's comment here and then we'll move on. Hey, I ate mangoes with the skin on because no one told me why you shouldn't eat it. So I went grind the whole thing. Was not pretty.
They get one variety of mango over here.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like about 12 inches
Wow.
long and about probably about 5, 6 inches wide and
Wow.
thick. And the seed is only like this thick.
Really?
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's all meat.
yeah.
And they
All
use it.
meat.
They use it as a form of measurement. Oh, I like one new surfboard. How long you like them? Oh, about 6 mango. Oh,
Not mangosteen, but mango.
mango. I like the
Mango,
6 mango
yeah.
board.
Is
Six,
it mangosteen is noni over here?
huh?
No,
Nani?
no, no. Mangosteen is mangosteen. It's its own fruit. It's kind of purplish, kind
Oh,
of round. Yeah.
Wow.
They call it mangkut over here, but it's really, really sweet. James, I bet you come over here, you eat them one time, pal.
Wow.
You're gonna like get them all the time.
Look at that.
hopefully this TV show can put us on location in Thailand.
Yeah, that would be good. We could do a show
Yeah, you
from
guys should come.
Makeone's house. Look at he's got an
Yeah, you should
excellent
come.
connection, obviously. We can put that.
Yeah,
Okay, but
okay,
hold on,
go ahead.
Keone. Save your interesting stories because we're gonna go to TV here in just a bit. He and I do an 8-minute segment. We have 6 segments.
Yeah.
He and I do the first one, and then you do the 5. 4 or 8 minutes, and the last one 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Got all that?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, got it.
Hike. Go long.
Number 51 with the sack.
51. Ladies and gentlemen, number 51 again inside the play, looking good. Okay. Oh, all right. What do I got to do now? Oh yeah. Play the
TV show.
did the TV show thing. Okay, let's.
The timer first,
Oh yeah, first
the
the
clicker.
time. Okay. Phew.
and then the clicker.
Yeah. Let me go here. We'll be right back. Okay, Keone. Eat mango. Eat mountain apple while we're gone.
Yeah, no worries.
And your mic is still hot though.
Okay,
Let me know.
I
Okay.
can mute them, huh?
No. Yeah, if you can, if you want, you can feel like it because when you see what we're about to do, you're gonna go, oh, what have I gotten myself into?
He's so professional.
So professional. Yeah, that's what he'll say. Okay, I'm gonna start this. Let's do TV. Ready, everybody? Here we go.
Hey, how's it? Like a full-time job.
Yeah, good thing neither of us are working.
And then tell me what you have. It's so funny.
I gotta tell you, I can't get enough of you going, huh? How's it, everybody? And welcome to the Daily Pigeon. My name's Andy Bumatai,
And I'm James Money.
and you are watching us on TV. And I want to warn you that this show was edited out of a podcast. That's why it says podcast up there, okay? Because we do a podcast
Yes.
every weekday, 3 p.m. Hawaii time on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, you name it. So you can search Andy Bumatai if you want to be a part of that. And then you also can be part of the chat. And what I mean by the chat is if someone says, something to us, I go, hey, Kevin Frazier. I can click on them, and then you see how their comment comes right out up there. Yeah, because that's the chat. Now, on TV, you can't participate in that, but it kind of looks like this. You see what there? See, there's Garrett Awong saying, hey, how's it, Andy Bumatai? If I click on Garrett, boop, he comes up on the screen right there, okay? So trying to explain the intricacies of doing the podcast as opposed to the TV show. Okay. And look here, and then Nani on the bat phone says, read what Kevin wrote. Well, what did Kevin read? I got to go back. It says, Kevin Frazier says, just want to say, hi, Mom, on TV. Hope they have TV in heaven. Oh, how cute is that, Kevin? Oh, I know. There we go. Well, Kevin was on TV right there.
Yeah. Well, they see you live, I assume. If they're in heaven, they watch the live. Everything is live, right?
Yeah.
I would think so.
They have cable. They have Spectrum.
Ooh.
They have Apple TV. They have everything.
Wow. I wonder what their bill is like.
They pay in clouds. You heard it, it's in the cloud.
Ah, I get it now.
Guess who manages it?
Ooh.
Nobody thinks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all
Genius.
about. I know. That's why when people get their bill, they go, Jesus. Oh, they have everything in heaven. Yeah. Yeah, someone told me dogs don't go to heaven. You ever run into these people?
Yeah, somebody told my daughter when she was going to Catholic school.
Yeah.
One of her teachers said dogs don't go to heaven because they have no souls.
That's exact.
I had to fix my daughter after that because she was just
know.
distraught. And I was like, no, your teacher doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, you know what? What I told my daughter, same thing happened. It depends on what you believe.
Yes.
There you
yes,
go.
I agree.
Ooh, look at this. If Andy get one bat phone, do we gotta get James a Robin phone? Oh no.
Colorful one. Red and yellow and green.
I don't know.
That would be a robin. That's
Oh,
his
that
uniform.
kind. I'm sorry.
You think of the bird.
I thought he meant stolen.
Oh, that's your Waianae mind.
I know. What?
Robbing. We gonna rob.
We're gonna rob for get him one phone, but I get his own phone. Oh no. Yes, but anyway, folks watching on television, we have a special guest for the next starting segment 2, and that would be Keone Nunes, and he is a world-renowned traditional tattoo artist specializing in the Hawaiian style of tattoo. In fact, this shirt here,
I was gonna say a nice shirt.
it's not a shirt.
Oh, it's not.
No, this is a tattoo that Keone did on my whole body.
Oh, so you're going topless today?
This is what I look like with my shirt off, thanks to Keone Nunes.
Wow.
I know, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so precise.
Smells Downy Fresh too.
Busted. Oh yes, but Keone travels the world doing this teaching, and he is not only that. From the Waianae area with me, same high school, but he also is very knowledgeable on the Hawaiian ways that are no longer practiced. You know, like he told me, he said people used to have fish ponds in Waianae, right? And that's how they got the name Waianae, because the anai is the big fish, and had plenty fish ponds out there. Because he goes, back then never have a refrigerator. You like eat fish. Here's your 3-prong. Get to work. So they just they learned how to farm different things. And he said there are a bunch of Hawaiian technologies, quote technologies like that have gone the way of when people had I still call them ice box. Do you call it that?
Yeah, my mom says it's in the ice box.
Yeah. I still say the same thing. Ice box.
Yeah. So what is a fridge? What's a fridge?
What's
the
a-
ice box. The ice box.
The refrigerator.
But then you get confused. Go put him in the ice box, and you open the milk, stay in the freezer. I told you to.
Do you know why they called it an ice box?
Well, I would assume that in order, because there was no electricity, you'd use ice. The iceman delivers ice, and you put it in there.
Oh, me.
Is that it?
That's it exactly. And you guessed that, or you didn't read it anywhere?
I think I saw it on Three Stooges one time. A guy's delivering ice with the like it looks like scissors or like a
Yeah,
and-
exactly. That's it exactly. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Mean you bugger. Yeah. Him and the milkman would fight, when they used to deliver milk. I remember the milkman, when I was a real small kid, had the milkman. And that's where Pogs came from.
Oh yeah, the original
Pogs used to plug the
milk cap.
well, it was passion orange guava was where the word pog comes from. But it started from that milk cap thing. Oh, yeah. In fact, I remember if we lived in a house in San Francisco for a little while, right? And there was a big window on the bottom with a slide. When we were kids, we used to go, "Oh, I'll get slide downstairs," and it was where they delivered coal.
Oh wow.
Even before my time. Can you believe that? All right, gang, we're coming toward the end of our very first segment. We made it, James.
I'm still stuck on delivering coal. It's like delivered coal.
I'll explain how that happened in just a bit. But gang, thank you so much for being here. And again, Keone Nunes coming up. We got some pictures. Don't go away. And as they say in the classic cars, stay tuned. I was over.
Like 2 seconds.
There goes our career. Oh my goodness. I know.
We just lost our Nike sponsor.
Look at this. Wow, something learned from the Three Stooges growing up on a dairy farm. I guess I was the milkman. Oh, yeah, you had to go milk the cows. I know how to milk a cow. I've done it.
Yeah?
Not easy,
It seems like it would be kind of disgusting too.
No, it's not. You take your hand like this, right? And then you grab your like this and you put your thumb underneath and then you have to like
Pull downwards.
yeah, and then but if you do it too hard or too soft, because you got to imagine there's a calf that so they're pretty resilient up there. Whew, awkward pause. I know.
Much. Imagine if they had milked the cow at Starbucks.
Oh, I like fresh milk, please. Okay, just hold on, Lonnie.
And they put it on the steam thing.
Yeah, Kevin. The reason we do that is so that I can edit if it's too long and I just put a fade in there. When you see it on TV when it comes on, it'll make sense. Hi, doll. Mahalo for being here. Aloha no. Okay, so let's do the next segment. We're bringing in Keone Nunes.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay.
There you go. Mahalo.
So you gotta click to
Yeah.
number 2 because we did 1 already.
Okay, I reset that. Oh yeah.
And now we're going to 2.
Okay, so this is segment 2. Okay. Let's see if this is still in focus. Yeah, looking good.
Yeah. I guess you saw
I know I was kidding. I know I was kidding. Oh, I get it. Hey. Never mind ignora comma. I know I was kidding.
Yeah.
But what he meant to say was, I know I was kidding.
Because if you ignore the comma, what the boy gonna do?
That's right.
Some Hawaiian language right there.
Oh, what? At least you never
Aloha,
used a
darling.
superlative. No, that was the Pidgin when we were teaching the Pidgin language. The superlative. I still remember that. Superlative to me sounds like a necklace. Okay, anyway, let me go to Gecko Cam here. Let's see if it. Okay, there we go. Now I can find it for the edit. Oh yeah, we got our water. Yeah. Well, we can pimp that out if you like. right? So we got the water in your shirt now, right? God.
And your tattoos.
Oh, pff, we are so commercial. I got
We're sold
it's
out.
over.
Yeah.
We're sellouts.
Corporate America has got us.
I know. Okay, here we go. You ready? And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming back to watch the Daily Pigeon Live segment.
Dos.
Dos. That's right. And we have a very special guest that we want to introduce you to. A high school buddy of mine from the same zip code. Please help me welcome Mr. Keone Nunez. How's it? How you, bro?
Aloha, everybody.
Gee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold
Good,
on.
good, good.
We give you the good intro.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Matching.
Imagine, brother. Imagine. How you doing? So you're in Thailand right now.
Yes, yes. I'm in Krung Thep, Mahanakhon. That's the all the locals over here called Bangkok Krung Thep. Bangkok is actually one area. It's almost like Waianae,
Yeah.
Nanakuli, all of that.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
Bangkok, they get Bang Sue, Bang Kuai, and all of that different areas over here. But Bangkok was just one area. So Krung Thep Mahanakhon is the actual name of the city. Well, it's actually longer. That's the shorter version of it.
Wow. And your proficiency in the Hawaiian language, did it help you be able to pronounce all those words?
Oh yeah, of course. And growing up in Waianae, a lot of times people don't realize that Pidgin and Hawaiian has a real close connection.
Yeah.
And so you would do well, Lono would do well, Steven would do well,
Yeah.
when they're coming to Asia or even over here. And they have some words that are real interesting because the word mai over here is a negation also. E lono. Uh, mai is a negation also. So in Hawaiian, mai is negation. Mai heleoi ke la wahi. Don't go to that place.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and over here is maiau is I don't want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Lona wants to know, why Thailand?
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, a lot of people ask me this question. The reality is that you know how it is. That I never worked for a big corporation or anything of that nature.
So, in other
Um,
words, you never have on job.
well, I always had one job, but it
Yeah.
was always like as a contractor or consultant or
Oh,
something
I
of that
see.
nature. So self-employed, yeah. Um, so I don't have like benefits. I'm 65 now. I
Yeah.
don't have benefits, yeah. Um, I seen what really when hit me was when Cyril Pahinui and Willie K, they passed away,
Yeah.
and their families had to do fundraisers to pay for their medical bills.
Yeah.
And I don't
Israel
want to
too.
burden, yeah, yeah, Israel too, yeah. And I don't want to burden anybody like that. And so the medical over here is really, really good. And when I was back home, I was paying over, for me and my wife, over 1,500 a month for just our medical insurance.
Wow.
Yeah. And over here, my wife get free medical, and I pay $3,000 for the entire year with zero deductible, zero copay. So if anything happens to me, there's she's not going to be
And
financially burdened.
now, to qualify for that, do you have to be, a citizen of Thailand? Because you haven't changed citizenship, have you?
No, 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 no. This is private
Oh,
medical
a private,
insurance.
so anybody can go there and buy it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
get sick in Hawaii, will that medical take care of you here?
The interesting thing is that my medical will cover me anywhere in the world except the US
Oh,
Oh,
because the
because they
medical
didn't want
cost is so
everybody.
expensive.
Yeah, and they didn't want everybody go there buy medical and then just fly back.
Yeah, so it's a sad thing, but
Yeah.
that's the reason why Thailand, and it's a lot more affordable to live over here.
Yeah.
Everything is really affordable. You know how much my condo water bill is every month?
Oh, I hate when you go here. It just make me feel terrible. How about $5? I'm
No,
guessing. What?
75 cents.
Cents. Wow.
Cents.
75 cents?
Yeah. And right down the road, they get one sort of like on board a water supply outlet, like, and they give free water to anybody. Anybody that wanna come, they give
Well,
free water.
and anybody, you bring a bucket or can you bring a
You,
truck?
yeah, you can bring one as much as you can carry, you know.
Wow.
And
That's,
so, it's different. There is no perfect government.
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
But over here is slightly different. The prices of eggs was going up because they had that same avian flu.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, so what the government did is they put a cap on eggs.
They
So
put a
there's a price
cap on
cap
it.
on egg. Yeah, a
So
price cap.
before you make an omelet, you have to take the cap off, then brook the egg?
No, no, no. But they make it so it's affordable for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and the same thing with diesel. They put a cap on the price of diesel because everything is over here, a lot of things are delivered by truck.
Yeah.
And so to keep the prices down, to keep inflation down, they put a cap on the price of diesel fuel. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's
So
different.
by and large, it would be safe to say that you went to Thailand because, given your age and, you don't want to burden your family, it's all about the cost of living there.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
And
again,
the
I was going to say you travel all over the world, so it really doesn't
yeah,
matter where you live, right? Because you're constantly
yeah,
traveling, aren't you?
yeah. But that's the beauty of it is because of my medical insurance, I can travel anywhere and not worry about things,
Mm.
you know,
Except the U.S.
um, except the US,
Yeah.
except the US. And so it kind of pains me because, I want to go back
Mm.
and fought as much as I can, but
Yeah.
um, at the same time, if anything should happen to me, I'm in good health at this moment,
Yeah.
but we can never tell. Yeah, both you and I
Tell
are
me
getting
about
older.
it.
Yeah,
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 I know.
yeah,
Well, I have to be honest, about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when I got cancer, right? And, I was lucky enough to survive it. But even with full blown medical, which I have, right? It's still almost bankrupted me because of the
yeah,
copay on all these tests and stuff,
yeah,
some
yeah,
of these tests, I mean, and there were 150 of them or something, it was crazy.
yeah,
Not to mention being out of work all that time,
yeah,
So
yeah,
it was how these people get sick, when they don't have medical, and I have no idea.
yeah, yeah. And over here you don't need to go to the doctor every time your prescription runs out.
Wow.
Over here, you can go to a pharmacy and get high blood pressure medication,
Yeah.
diabetes medication,
Wow.
all the old age type of things. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, Keone,
Um,
we're going to take a little break here. We're going to
okay.
come back and we're going to talk more about your tattooing, and I have some pictures. So, for everybody watching us on television, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And I know on the internet they still hear me. Yeah. But
Oh, yeah,
C
yeah.
Honda at yeah, C Honda
Yeah.
asked how was my Thai. It's getting there. It's getting there.
Oh, you can see the chat?
I yeah, I can see the chat.
Oh, that's great. Oh, look
Yeah.
at this. And the
Yeah.
food you get in Thailand. Oh, I love Thai
Oh,
food.
it's
Amazing.
excellent and it's healthy. I've
Yeah.
lost weight over here because not because I'm exercising more, although I walk more,
Yeah.
but I'm eating better. I'm
Mm.
eating real fresh foods and
Nothing
and, and
processed.
Yeah. Here's
no,
Darren
not
Gilmore
really.
says, why do so many countries not as good as U.S. take so much better care of their citizens and the cost of living here? Everybody I know is moving away when when that happens, then what? You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
amazing.
like I said, it's sad, but you know, the government is not gonna give universal health care
Hey,
to
it's big
people.
pharma, there's too much
Yeah.
money in it for a bunch of people who have, who lobby. And we don't do politics here, but we all know
Yeah.
what's going on, you know.
But you know, the interesting thing is one of my students, he had an ear infection. And so he didn't have insurance. And
What are you pointing at?
so
buddy.
what happened was it cost him $300 for a vial of medicine for his ear infection.
Bruh.
He asked me if I could find it in Thailand. I found it. You know how much it costs over here? Same thing, $3.
Now,
Yeah.
how can that be? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that alone. I remember Don Ho when I was opening for him. He'd get up there and he'd go, "Hey, how you doing? Where you from, bro?" And he'd go, "Oh, we're from Canada." "Oh, Canada. I'd just like to thank you for your medicine."
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
bought everything from Canada because it was half the prices here.
Hey,
But
you get one good Don Ho impression.
I
But
work with,
you know, the doctor I go to, um, I went through one workup when I came
yeah,
over here, and it was the most complete that I've ever had in my entire life. The guy that did my stress test,
yeah,
he actually worked on Don Ho. He did the because Don Ho came to Thailand to do his heart operation,
yeah, yeah.
and so
I remember
he
that.
actually was involved with that. And he said the unfortunate thing is Don Ho waited too late.
Yeah.
Um,
It's stubborn.
yeah, because if he had come 6 months or a year earlier, he still would
Yeah,
be alive.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he over here has stem cell research,
Yeah,
and
that's what he went
that's what he
for
did.
though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah,
Let's see.
that's what I thought.
Nani on the bat phone says Steven wants to know where Keone, if they make
Boy.
poi over there.
Hey, they get
Yeah,
color all over the place.
yeah.
They really do. Every place you
Steven's
go,
one
get color.
is down
Wait, hold on.
right there.
Huh?
You're
Where?
looking for Steven's one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. No, this is Steven, our brother from Y&I. Do they make poi there? There we go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they have color over here. They don't make poi per se, but the color that they have over here can make poi because I've done it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, let's do segment 3 here. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Hang on there, Keone. We'll be right back. Let me go to
Yeah,
the gecko cam so I can find it when I edit, and we'll come back. And then hold on. Let me start the timer. Remind me to start the
Start the
timer. I
timer.
didn't last time, so I'm guessing that we did about 30 seconds.
I think I was right.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for rejoining us on the Daily Pigeon. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And we have a special guest, none other than Mr. Keone Nunes. How you, brother?
hi. Aloha.
Hi.
How's everything? I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, and by the way, I found a handsome picture of you. Hold on, let me see if I can find this over here. Oh, no, I can't find it. Oh, sorry.
Good.
Rubberneck. Rubberneck. Nah, I lied. Check this out. Woo, brother, there you are. Tell us what's going on in this picture, Keone.
Oh, I was working on someone. This was when I was living in Miley.
Yeah.
That's right in my backyard, yeah. So
And
I was just working on someone. Yeah.
and tell me about the tools that are these the traditional tools you use?
Yes, yes. Those are the traditional tools. And I actually learned the the cultural aspects from five kupuna that I spoke to as I was growing up, yeah.
Oh,
And the technical part I actually learned from a Samoan Su'a Suluape Paulo.
wow.
Um, he taught me, and his family actually gave me his name as a title. So I
Wow.
had a Saufa'i in Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Era Salfai and Falise'ela
Hey,
Uta.
Keone, I noticed you're
Yeah.
using the traditional tools there. Is that a traditional Hawaiian fan in the background there?
Yeah, definitely, you know.
That's the
Uh,
Waianae air conditioner.
That's the Hawaiian air
yeah,
conditioning right there, gang. Oh,
yeah,
man.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from a Hawaiian store called Home Dipote. No,
Oh, yeah. I can tell you just made that up, bro. Thank you for the effort. Mahalo.
That's the Hawaiian Mexican
The
store, eh?
Hawaiian.
Home de pote.
Now, let's kill a few myths about the traditional style of, because there's no machine involved, no electricity, right? Let me ask you just a few questions. I'll be devil's advocate. Can you
okay.
do color?
Yeah, yeah. I include every color in the spectrum when I do tattoo
Yeah.
because all colors combined is black.
Oh, I tell you what, Henry Ford would have appreciated that. He used to do a thing. He goes, "What colors do you offer?" He goes, "Everyone you want, as long as it's black." Now,
Yeah.
on the traditional tattooing, here's another one. Does it take longer than a machine?
Actually not. It's in the right hands, it's a lot quicker. Especially if you're doing any type of Polynesian type of tattoo.
Okay.
So it's a lot quicker. I've done the fastest I've done somewhat in that alaniho, that strip that runs from the hip to the ankle was 45 minutes.
Wow.
Really? Oh, you mean one of these kind of things, like this here?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
The
this is a
fastest I did
woman,
it was
right?
45 minutes. Yeah, that's on our wahine. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
beautiful, you know. You know, one of the
yeah.
things I really like about, especially the style that you do, but the Polynesian tattoos in general, when you look from far away, it highlights the shape of the body. A lot of tattoos, you step, 100 feet away, it looks like a smudge, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And it's
here's another question, okay, on the
sure.
MythBuster side. Is it
Okay.
more painful than a machine?
Again, in the right hands, it's the most common thing that happens when I'm tattooing somebody, especially on the leg, is that they fall asleep.
Is that a bad thing?
It can be if I know that I'm coming to a place that they might react, then I'll wake them up. I'll nudge them and wake them up because I want
Wow.
them to be prepared, yeah, to be aware of what they're doing. Yeah.
Here's a picture, and I'm going to try to do this so I can show the picture, and you can talk about. I'll go here, and then I'm going to take this picture and put it on this side. You see this here? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see those big black rectangles on the arm?
Mhm.
Was that a tattoo cover up from old girlfriends or something that he was trying to, or is
No,
that
no, no. It's actually a pole design, and those are halal. Because for us, for Hawaiians, it's really interesting because for us, knowledge is gotten from the night, and so the pole represents knowledge, and the black designs represents knowledge in essence.
wow?
So it's kind of different because, but if you think about it, we still do that kind of things. All of the sacred stories we have about our families, and James, I'm sure it's the same with in Samoa because I've seen it in Samoa,
Hmm.
is all the discussions at night are sacred discussions. It's different. So without the night, there can be no day. So the knowledge comes from the night. So those big
Wow.
black designs are acknowledging the person's ike or the person's knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, here's another question on the MythBuster side. How did you have to speak Hawaiian or understand or believe in the Hawaiian traditions to get a tattoo from you?
No, no. In traditional times, oftentimes people got tattoos as a rite of passage from going from childhood to adulthood.
Yeah.
When you're doing it like that, you don't have that that wide uh, birth of knowledge at that time. It's starting you off on your path. And so a lot of people would really get work done not as a completion, although you could get it as a completion of an achievement, but a lot of people do it as a start, and it's the same. It's the same with in Samoa. Uh, this the the pe'a was done for people who are young, who are starting to service
Hmm.
uh, the ali'i, um, and it was. Oleale ilepule ole tautua is a saying in Samoa that the path to leadership is through service.
Hey,
So all of
Keone,
these,
we
yeah,
have a saying in television. We'll be right back
time's up.
after this commercial message.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Eh,
forgot to tell you this, Keone. The reason that if you see me go to this shot at any time, right? It's the
uh-huh.
hint, right? Because I have to.
Okay, okay.
If not, I have to interrupt you because I know you, bro. You can talk, for 3 days on this subject that you love so much. So anyway, there we go. Okay, let me put the gecko cam on the side of it here, so that I can.
Editing.
Yeah, yeah. So I can find it in the editing. And let's take some internet questions before we go. Let me reset this. Okay. I can tell you start talking about Samoan culture, and, James, usually he goes, hey, hey, we're getting
Yeah.
close. But I see him when you, hey. But that whole right of,
Eh,
you said something to me one time when we were talking in Maile at that old studio of yours, where you said, I
right.
said, do you have to be at a point in your life to get it? And you said, no, sometimes it's what you get to open the door to something new, right? Woo, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
like, I
yeah,
want
yeah,
Keone
and
to come on every week and talk history. There we go. And Keone, Lyle Turtle, heard of him? Tuttle, Lyle
oh yeah,
Tuttle.
yeah. Like I was friends with him. He's old school. He's kind of interesting because he was really actually a lot of the old tattooists were racist, yeah. And
Yeah,
but they didn't realize that they were racist.
they didn't. They because they hate everybody equally.
No, it's just the time
Oh, they were brought
that they
up.
were
Yeah,
brought up. Yeah, it's just like Sailor Jerry.
yeah, I remember him.
He
Good.
made a whole set of tattoo flash,
Yeah,
designs,
yeah,
and he named it Aloha Monkey.
yeah,
And what
yeah,
it was he was disparagingly trying to make us as Hawaiians monkeys.
yeah. I
So
saw that. That was a big
yeah, yeah,
controversy. Hey, Kevin Frazier here wants to
yeah.
know if you make your own ink and what is it made from?
Yeah, so actually I do because the ink that we use to do traditional tattooing is a lot more
Four, right? Oh,
it's
I'm sorry.
thicker. It's thicker. So
Thicker.
I make it from kukui soot. And if I'm doing it for long term, then I'll mix it with some commercial ink so it lasts long.
Mm.
If I'm doing it for special reasons, I'll make very traditional ink. But traditional ink is very
Wow.
it's it only lasts couple days.
Huh.
Yeah. So you can only use it for the time that you're doing the tattoos.
Natalie Rose has a quick question, and then we'll go to another television segment here. She says, how much is a traditional tattoo? I mean, I know you don't want to talk costs, because it's got to
Yeah,
vary by all sorts of things, right?
yeah, yeah. It's the design, the person themselves, all of that. If you 6'7" like somebody I know over there, uh, yeah, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot more ink than somebody who's 5'1", you know?
Yeah.
And the time,
Yeah,
that your
yeah, the
time
time.
that it takes. Okay.
And then
Yeah,
one
yeah,
question.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different myths as far as, so when you get your tattoo, do not go in the sun, do not go in the ocean. But I know in Samoa, the first place they take you is to the beach. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know it depends
Well,
on the artist, but what do you
yeah.
usually say?
No, traditionally, that's what you would do.
Mm.
And unfortunately, you know, back in traditional times, we never have ocean liners dumping
Ah,
sewage out in the ocean,
right.
right? And so,
Oh, man.
so that's uh, that's the reason why I say that. And you know, it is
Wow.
unfortunate because the ocean is a very important part of
Mm-hmm.
tattooing. From Taima and Tila Whainga, the tools came from the ocean, and so it's
Look at Michi
always
Mama.
good.
She says, I'm only 5 feet, so I might be able to afford it. Okay,
Well,
let's
it
let,
depends.
let's go ahead.
It depends. If you want a real intricate design,
Mm.
then
Yeah.
it's
Well,
different.
hey,
Yeah.
Michi Mama, I think this would look good on you right here. What do you think? Huh? Michi Mama, and you're only 5 feet, so and
So only
especially
2 bars on the arm.
on the arm, yeah, only
Yeah.
two, only 2 bars. Okay, let's do segment. This is four.
Yeah.
Okay, this is coming up segment 4. Oh man, let's go to Gecko Cam. We call this Gecko Cam because I tell people I put a little tiny camera on a gecko and he sits up there and we got to pay him union wages.
Dead flies.
Yeah, I know. And then we'll come back with more questions for Keone, but let's
Sure.
do this. Here we go. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that abrupt ending on the last segment, but when Keone starts talking hard for just not listen and go, huh? Oh, what time is it?
Yeah. Well,
But
everything he says is so interesting.
so interesting, amazing. So, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
let's bring them back on the screen. National, international, traditional tattooist specializing in the Polynesian arts, Keone Nunez. How are you, brother? Hey,
Aloha. Thank you.
Kehaulani had a question here. He says, "Are the Hawaiian tattoos restricted by race and nationality?"
No. It was entirely up to the tattooist. Cook's men got tattooed
Mm.
by tattooists over here, and so it wasn't restricted. There's certain designs that are for certain families,
Don't me start.
and so you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't use that type of design for someone who wasn't from that family. But it's not just from you know for Hawaiians and not Hawaiians. It's for if you're not from that family, then guess what? You're not going to get that design.
Mm.
Yeah, at
From
least from
you,
me.
from you.
Yeah, at
But
least
there are
from
other
me. Yeah,
people. Wow, what you like? You like one tiger with the claws, or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? But you have a certain, you adhere to those rules.
yes, definitely.
Okay. What won't you do? Has somebody come to you and asked you to do something? You said, "Bah, that's not me."
Somebody in Germany asked me to tattoo a swastika on them.
What?
Yeah,
In Germany?
and yeah, yeah, yeah. I was at a convention in Berlin and somebody asked me to tattoo a swastika. And, this is their rationalization was that, they were Buddhist and it is a Buddhist design. It's a
Yeah.
Hindu
Oh,
design. It's a
sure.
Buddhist design. And they wanted to reclaim it. And I said, yeah, but you're in Germany and that's not cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
And then what about that guy that comes here? This is my first trip to Hawaii, and I want to commemorate it with a tattoo. Come on.
Oh, well, I'll send them over to you and you can do
Bruh, get one black mosh pen. I'm ready.
them. Yeah,
Now,
yeah. Indian ink and one needle, brother.
Yeah.
right. Oh, you remember that? Remember right here with
Yeah.
with that with wrap. How did they used to do it? They take the needle and
The
wrap a
rapper, yeah,
string and
the
dip it in
thread,
the.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's the.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, make me miss the housing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
what else about tattooing? Like, like people. I'm guessing a lot of people say, when you go in to get this traditional stuff, when I was talking about beliefs, right? What kind of
yeah.
questions do you ask them to make sure they're ready?
I just talk story with them. I can generally figure out whether I'm gonna work on them in the first 5 minutes. Uh,
What?
talk story, yeah, you talk story with. That's why I need a face-to-face meeting with the individual because um, it you get to feel the person, see the person, and you get to ask the person questions, yeah. And so within the first 5 minutes, there are a lot of people that I don't even come to that point, you know. Um, but once we sit down and talk, that means that there's something that I feel is of value to what you want to get done.
What are some of
So
the
it's
red
kind of
flags that stop you from getting to that second stage?
well, just like you said, I want to commemorate my trip or something like that, or you know, I'm getting married, so I want something for me and my wife to bond us together. And
Uh-huh.
there's other
Yeah.
people can do that. They don't need to come. I don't need to tattoo the whole world. I don't want to.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
just want to work on people that really deserves to get work done.
That reminds me of a movie I saw one time, and there was this artist, right? And his agent brought this rock star over to his house, and the rock star told this artist, I want some pictures, some really big ones, because I got some big walls. I want to cover the wall. I want big pictures. And this guy says, I'm an artist, right? You talk
Yeah,
to me about what you're feeling and what you want to see in a painting, not how much surface it will cover, And it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like you're in that same boat.
Yeah, yeah. It's there are people I'd rather tattoo a kupuna that's been in the community, working for the community all their lives than someone who's famous. Although I have tattooed famous people, but I'd rather
You,
work
you've
on
tattooed, you've tattooed famous people? Really?
yeah, yeah,
Wonder who that could be.
yeah. That, by the way, took about 2.5 hours.
He was, when Jason Momoa was on the Tonight Show, I think it was, and he was talking about getting it done, and he said, "Yeah, it took about 2.5 hours, but it felt like 2.5 days." Is that a painful
Yeah.
place to get work done?
Right in the back of the neck area is right by where his ear is.
Yeah,
It becomes a little bit painful, and I told him about that. So,
yeah.
you know, yeah.
Wow. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the significance of that? Because I know he did it specifically for that movie, correct?
Well, yes and no. It's
Oh,
reflective of his genealogy. Um, his father Joe and I grew up together also. Joe was from Nanakuli. He
yeah,
was a amazing artist and overall really really nice guy. So I knew Jason when he was a kid, yeah. So anyway, it's reflective of his genealogy and uh we talked about doing it in an area that if he needed to, he could cover it because of
Oh,
his work.
yeah.
And so
Just
that's
let the
why we
hair grow
chose
back,
that
right?
area. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
this some place that the ancient Hawaiians did tattoos normally?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So
Wow.
it's down your face everything like that. So we tattooed the entire body. Yeah.
Wow.
The interesting thing is over here it's there's a huge tattoo tradition and you know it would surprise you guys. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. Well, I I started the timer late. So what do you how much time do you think we have?
I would think it's, we got 30 seconds left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a minute and 20 because the reason I want to say that is because when you're talking about facial tattoos, right? I want to ask you about this one here, okay? You know,
Yeah.
to me, like I know that black around his eye goes down the the left side of his face. It's not just around
Yeah.
his eye, but how many people? Oh, bro, what happened? Huh? You was acting stupid in one nanakuli bar.
No, that's called makapo, and makapo is a spiritual design to be able to see where other people cannot.
Okay. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess that we're up just about out of time because I started it late. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about facial tattoos with Keone Nunes when we return. Stay tuned. That's my new thing. Stay tuned.
So, I see some of the comments and stuff like that. It's kind of different. Tattoos were not a prison thing until what happened was
Prisons.
oh yeah, what happened was with sailors coming through the Pacific,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they got tattoos and they would go back home and they would get in trouble and they would be in the prison and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But in the Pacific, it was the higher echelons of society that got work done. So if you were a chief, you got tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't have tattoos, that meant you were really low ranking. So it was really different, and unfortunately, Western society really changed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, too, in prison, you know, well, let's talk about that when we come back, okay? Because I want to
Okay.
talk to you about something specifically around that, okay?
Yeah, somebody was asking where is like the most painful place to get a tattoo.
Okay.
For everyone, it's different. But wherever it feels good can be painful. The
Wow.
face isn't that painful
Yeah.
because it's desensitized. Yeah.
Brother Bruce,
It's
thanks for the
desensitized.
subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But places that like if somebody massages you and it feels real good someplace, like on the chest, if you get massage on the chest and
Yeah.
you're thinking, oh, that feels pretty good, that might hurt.
Oh.
Oh, but it's different for everybody.
Yeah, it's different for everyone.
Oh man.
Yeah, for me it was the under the arm, the
Yeah,
inner arm.
yeah.
So under the arm, I actually passed out when
Let's put your tattoo up on the screen
Yeah.
there, and we can.
Well,
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
actually there's a turtle and a shark there, but it's stenciled.
Right, right.
And you can see it's not.
I went to
finished.
that village.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's where my family's from,
Yeah.
Waitongi.
Yeah,
Those are
Waitongi.
the turtle and the
Yeah.
turtle and the shark.
Yeah.
And then this was done by gun, so needle.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Machine hurts more. And that's why under the arm it hurts more. But when I tap under the arm, sometimes I don't like to do it under the arm because the skin under the arm is different, so it blurs differently. You'll notice that the lines on the inside of your
Yeah.
arm is thicker than the outside. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it blows
yeah,
out.
it is
Yeah,
kind of blurry, and then whereas
yeah.
outside is still kind of
It's kind of crisper. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get back on television so we can grab some of this interesting vala'au. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to here, right? And we're gonna start this. Oh man. Okay. There we go. Is this segment 5?
Yes.
It is.
Segment A Lima.
Lima.
Lima. There we go. How's it, gang? Welcome back to the Daily Pigeon. Again, this is a television show that we edit out of a podcast that we do weekdays, 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. If you're wondering about when I do like I throw kulika up here on the, where does that come from? Well, we have a chat that goes on, a very active chat. See, take for instance, there's and where we got Nani Aloha, right? Look, Jason Aquino, oh, what up from the Ninth Island? You see him right there. And then Mad Statter. So that's what's happening when you see that. And again, join us if you want to. And if you want to send us an email here at the Daily Pigeon, you can send it to info@bumatai.com. And we have a special guest. Let's bring back for the fifth segment here. This is Keone Nunes. We're talking tattoos.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
wanted to ask you this question, Keone. I know, you know, the traditional tattooing being your kuleana, right? What about, like you mentioned Samoans, what other cultures did that? I know the Filipino culture did.
Yeah. They had a lot of, you know, when we look at traditional tattooing, the style that for sake of clarification, tatao or kakao
Yeah.
in Hawaiian means ka is to strike, kao is to place upon. So you place the
Oh.
needle upon and you strike it. So that's kakao. Anyway, to for clarification or for a common term is tapping tattoos.
Hmm.
I looked at where it originates from, and it looks as though it originated from the Naga people in northeast India.
Oh.
They used, there was one tribe that used a tool that looked like an adze, and they struck it like this, and they
Uh-huh.
tattooed like that on the skin.
Wow.
Then another tribe did the same thing, but they struck it with a stick. So that's where I think it originated.
Mm.
And if you go up to Myanmar and northern Thailand, they have the same as a pea. The same area was tattooed,
Mm.
and it
Huh.
was from the belly button to just below the knees. Yeah. Then you see that in other areas of the world. In fact, in Bali, there's a woman design that looks exactly like a malu.
Mm.
Um, and so I
Wow.
think that's how it came down. So it's kind of interesting because
Y-
in
You know, you're
school,
you're
yeah,
talking about cultures,
yeah,
that were all. Were there any European people that did this type of thing?
they Europeans tattooed, but they did the hand pricking, they call it, the hand poke type,
Like the
not the
needle and the
tapping.
string thing.
Yeah, yeah, they
Oh.
did that.
But did they
But
have the
the
same type of beliefs in it, or was it just
well, yeah, it people don't know too much. Now, in certain parts of the world, like in Africa and all that, Jewish people did get tattooed.
wow?
Jewish women and stuff like that got tattooed on their
Hmm.
faces and stuff,
Oh,
so it had meanings.
look here.
But
Kevin
unfortunately,
says, did Native Americans tattoo?
yeah, yeah, they did. There's many tribes that did. So, and I'm actually working with a Mohawk person
Mm.
who's trying to reintroduce their style. And I've worked with some Karuk, Yurok, and Karuk, Yurok, Nupiak, and one more tribe up in Northern California to do the chins.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've
Wow.
worked with a lot of groups like that.
It's funny how tattooing, people talk about back in the day, and it signified a certain allegiance to, certain tribes and such like that. But even in modern times, right? I mean,
Hmm.
right? Gangs, they all have one tattoo.
Mm.
You go to prisons, all the people who are in one sect tattoo. Tattooing has always been kind of hey, this is who we are,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. It's true. It's true. You know, the real interesting thing, like I was gonna say before,
Yeah.
is that when you go to school, nobody talks about the cultural connections that we have in the Pacific
Hmm.
with Asia or Southeast Asia.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And when I come over here, when I came over here, I was just blown away at the similarities
Hmm.
Wow.
that I never knew about. But I've learned about. That's why I think, honestly, I think that every Hawaiian should go to Samoa to go to Savaii because Savaii is just like the Big Island.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The
Um,
name is close.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
it's the same. It's the same name.
yeah,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
language we don't have the
Uh,
letter H.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Kaukalo ile fa Samoa?
Like Kiki. So my dad
Okay,
called me
fa.
Palangi.
No, and
Hey,
no,
oh,
I
wait,
just
hold on,
asked
Keone.
if he's
Hold that thought because we got a great question here I want to get to you. How do you learn about designs and design meanings, specifically Hawaiian and Tongan? I found some books I read, but wanted to get your thoughts too. Where do you go to educate
you,
yourself about this?
you don't get it from a book.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't get it from a book. You gotta go to people because in Samoa and Tonga, actually, the people that tattooed the Tongans were Samoans. And so the
What?
Samoans knew, yeah, they went over because what was told to me by Paulo is that the Tongan Ali'i, the Tongan chiefs,
Yeah.
would not allow their blood to be spilled by anybody in Tonga. So it was Samoans that went over to Tonga to do the tattoos.
Wow.
So that whole that whole thing is that everything was passed down through families or through word of mouth, and that's where the real knowledge is from.
Because
So
there's that song, the
people,
Samoan song, where they learned tattooing from Fijians, right?
yeah, 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 from Taima and Tilafanga,
Yeah,
who brought the tools from Fiji.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Hey,
yeah.
Keone, we're going to be right back. I just, again, listening to you, my mind goes, whoa, forget about the time. But I forget we're on television.
Hmm.
So, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen, like I mentioned many times, like a classic car, stay tuned.
yeah. So, I hope this is good for you guys.
This is amazing. This is great. It's
Uh,
funny because my daughter, who's in college in Wyoming, I told her, I said, "Oh yeah, you should check out the episode today," because she asked
Oh,
about getting tattooed when she comes down here, and I said, "Just give it some thought. I'm not going to tell you no,
oh
but
yeah,
just think about it. I'm not saying don't. Just it's got to
yeah,
have meaning."
but
yeah, yeah.
that's what Keone was saying.
Hmm.
When you talk to somebody and you go, hey, guess what? What do you want to do? What are the reasons?
Hmm.
You know, what do you expect?
Yeah.
And do you have to manage their expectations about getting a tattoo? And what I mean by that is you're ready to answer. Go ahead.
Well, sometimes what happens is people show up with a design, they
Ah.
do a drawing, yeah,
Hmm.
and they say, I want this tattooed because it has a special meaning to me.
Okay.
And I look at it and I tell them, you know what? Um, I can't do this because your drawing is too fine. It'll look good for a couple years.
Uh,
Then after a while, it'll blow out. I mean, I think that's part of the issue I see with a lot of machine tattooists now. They want to get finer and finer, and it
Yeah.
looks good for about 5 years. Then after that, it starts looking really, really terrible. Yeah, and I don't want that to happen, to anyone that I work with.
You know that brings up an interesting question. If someone is, heavier and gets a certain kind of tattoo
mm,
and then loses 100 pounds, it happens.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Does
okay. Okay. Good example. Go get one balloon
yeah,
and go write your name on top, the balloon. Yeah. Then after, deflate the balloon.
yeah,
And guess what happens?
your name
It
gets
gets
smaller,
darker. It's
darker.
smaller, but it gets darker because the
Yeah,
concentration of ink gets
Mm.
smaller.
and that's
Yeah.
the skin acts the same way.
Yeah, pretty
Because it's the
much.
same opposite. When you're skinny, you get tattooed, and you get bigger, it gets lighter.
Yeah,
Your tattoo gets
yeah,
Wow.
stretched out.
yeah.
Okay, so this
And
last segment is 6 minutes and 30 seconds long, right?
yeah,
And we,
yeah,
we can talk now until you want to,
Yeah.
go back and, because that's going to fly by. These 8 minute segments, I'm like, wow. Hey,
yeah.
look at this here. Kevin wants to know, what are your thoughts on laser removal?
It depends. It depends a lot on the person's skin because I've seen uh, people who got laser removal that got keloids that have real ugly scars.
Mm.
You know, if they don't want a tattoo, that particular tattoo, maybe a girlfriend's name or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
consider getting it covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
And um, that's something that they really have to think about. And I would never put anybody's name on my body, just because to me it doesn't have any meaning, and nothing can be nothing is permanent sometimes.
Yeah.
The
There
other
are
thing that I seen, there was one question that they said, how does ink take to this scar
scar
tissue?
tissue. Yeah.
Yeah, with my type of tattooing, it takes very well. With
Mm.
machine tattooing, it might not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine's over here. I have a plate in my arm from a football injury, so I have a scar over here. So they just avoided the scar.
Was that?
yeah,
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
So I don't know
Oh,
if you
I
guys
yeah.
can
got
see
it.
it on
Wi-
camera, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So the
yeah,
artist just skipped the scar tissue
yeah,
area.
So that's why you
because
didn't get, like James Money. So when you ride in your car, you can see the sign.
Hey, who's that guy? Oh,
You get that brother
that's James Maine.
right there, right there,
yeah, yeah,
Hershey.
yeah. No, but that's why machine tattooists don't like to do it because it'll
Yeah.
blow out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll blow
Whereas
out.
with the style that I do, I don't damage the skin as much, so it
Yeah.
sticks to the scar tissue a lot
Okay.
better.
Before we go to this last segment, just when you talk about the different kinds of skin,
Mm.
is that ethnicity or is that just individual people?
Mm.
You know what I
A
mean?
little
Like,
bit of it's a little bit of both. The hardest, the more hair you got on your body,
yeah.
Mm.
and that might have to do with ethnicity, the harder it is. Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Mm,
the
Didn't know that.
the skin is real tough. You got to remember that most people who are hairy have European ancestry.
Mm.
And in Europe, you had different seasons, and so we're animals. Humans are animals, and
Mm.
just like other animals, when it gets colder, the skin gets tougher. It
Right.
has to
Thicker.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
protect you
yeah,
from the
sure.
elements. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
let's talk about that in the last segment. Let's talk about that in the last segment
okay.
because that is so interesting. Okay, hold on here. We're gonna go to Gecko Cam so I can find this episode. I mean this segment right here. I'm gonna start the timer, and we are back with one of the most interesting guests we've had. He's an internationally known traditional tattooist, and please help me welcome back Keone Nunes.
Yeah.
In the break, okay, and this is why you got to join us on the internet side, folks. Keone was talking about how temperature, hair on the body, scar tissue, any number of this affects things. Now, when you say it gets colder, your skin gets tougher, right? Does that
Yeah.
mean that you come back in the winter or let's do it in the summer? Any of that?
Yeah, it can be. It can be. But the more hairy you are, the usually the skin is a lot tougher. And so it's harder for them to have work done. Not only harder for me,
Yeah.
but sometimes they don't hold the ink as well.
Um,
Sometimes.
Okay. Hey,
Uh,
Kevin wants to know if you
so
have a website before I forget.
no, just Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And if the less hair you have, so like for Polynesians, for Asians and stuff like that, the skin is like butter. it really absorbs real well, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like Lono. If I was to tattoo Lono, he don't want that much hair, so on his body, he get it on his
Get
head.
him on
But
his
you know,
head.
yeah. But
Yeah.
you know, he would be a good candidate, just as you would, Andy,
Yeah.
and I'm sure James would be also, yeah. But you
Wow.
know, James, I don't think I would do a pet on you, Calamite, but you know,
Too much
that'll be
skin.
a yeah, that'll be a year's project.
Okay, here's a picture I want to ask you about. Okay, does
Yeah.
it take? Ooh, hold on. Let me get this butt off here. Does it take this many people every time you do work?
No, not really. With that one, it was for the I was tattooing the face, and so I try and get at least two people to stretch to malo oili, just because it makes life easier for the person who's getting it,
Mm.
Okay.
and it like makes life easier for myself also.
Are these students of yours who are helping you?
Yeah, yeah. The guy that you showed that had a lot of tattoos, he used to tattoo, he doesn't tattoo anymore.
Okay.
And the one on your left, on my
Yeah.
left, I should say, he's currently a student of mine.
Okay. Is there a lot of interest in learning this, the traditional ways?
A lot of people want to do it. They're not interested in learning. They
Yeah.
just want to do it. Because the learning part is really arduous. It's,
Mhm.
you know, good
Wow.
word for someone from Waianae, yeah.
Yeah, I
Arduous,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Arduous. I thought he
Oh,
was Filipino.
no, yeah. Oh, that's why arduous, yeah. Instead of that's why hard in Waianae we say that's why hard, arduous.
Hey,
Anyway,
this
uh,
let's do this question. Don't lose your thought, okay? But I wanna
yeah.
I wanna get here. It says I want to say kave, um, with the Hawaiian traditional style of cacao. What were the most common areas for women to get tattooed? I know we have this one
Down,
here. Hold on, before you answer
yeah,
that question, I have this one. You see that? Is
yeah. Oh, that's actually a Filipino tattoo that I did,
oh
and yeah.
beautiful.
But down the arm is one.
Uh-huh.
Down
And
the
of course,
leg, uh,
the,
the
we
the
saw this.
Mhm.
yeah, down the leg like that.
Yeah,
The inside part of the leg is another part, and actually there's one that goes across the chest, which is really nice. It's
yeah.
is called the Evile. It's really nice area to get work done.
Hey, before we finish this segment up in about 2 minutes, I have to ask you how um, you got into designing Timex watches. Explain that.
They someone in Japan came out and he interviewed me for a watch magazine,
Oh, why
and
a watch magazine?
they were just doing cultural stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was interesting because um that magazine was had to do with watches, but it was all cultural people that they interviewed, and
Okay.
they did it both in Hawaiian and English and Japanese. So
Ooh.
it was an interesting project. And then after that, Timex asked if I would consider doing a limited run, and I said, yeah, sure.
Well,
So
there
that's
you
how
go. By the
I
way, I
got to do
bought
that.
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. It looked very close to the one that's on there now, and I
Yeah.
gave it away to
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Keola.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
I have a
yeah, yeah,
video
yeah,
of him opening the box. Whoa! And he was
yeah,
blown away.
yeah, yeah,
But that's
yeah,
so impressive,
Mhm.
man.
yeah.
Being that kind of
Well, I've done some other things that you might not be aware of. I designed the checking counters for Hawaiian Airlines.
Oh,
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time. We gotta wrap this segment up. I told you it'd go by fast. This whole show, thanks to Keone Nunes. Thank you for being here, brah, and just really
No
bringing some
problem.
class. Aloha, brah. Aloha.
Yeah, yeah.
Whew. I told you that last segment would fly by.
Yeah.
Our show is not long enough for Keone.
Yeah, well, and look here, we're coming just like normal up on an hour and a half for the whole internet thing. So mean,
Wow.
And
right?
so when you were talking about when you interview people who want to get tattooed, I can see it. Like, so just talking to you, like I've known of your work, I've known of you, I've never met you, but meeting you through here, I can tell, right off the bat, you're a person who's very respectful, because not only the things that you're talking about, how passionate you are about the tattooing, but also the history of the tattooing, and even the language of, in Thailand, Bangkok, where
Yeah.
you're very aware of the way you pronounce their language, and somebody who takes that much time to say it right really put some effort into it. Like some people just go, oh, why not? It's like, but somebody who actually, oh, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
So it really shows just by meeting you, we talking for this brief amount of time, but
Yeah.
yeah, I can see you're a very
You
respectful person, and I really appreciate getting to
no.
know you.
Well, you
meet
know why? When you
No.
grow up hearing people say Alamawana, and it hits you on that nerve in the back of your neck, you don't want to be that person in
Yeah.
Thailand, right?
Yeah, and this and thank you, James. I do appreciate that. I try and be as respectful as I can to not only to the individual but to the host culture that wherever I am.
Yeah.
And so
And here,
yeah,
Mad Statter, who knows a little bit about doing a regular show, she says, seriously, we need Keone back at least once a month. And here's a brother Steve from Waianae. Great interview. Come back again.
Yeah,
We got to do it again. And all
Can
your devices work great.
yeah, amazing. He
Yeah,
did say
can.
fiber. He has
Yeah.
fiber optic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Thailand has
Thailand is
one
so
of the
good.
best internet service in the world.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Here, Darlene S. says, I learned a lot just in this brief time, and I know so much more could have been learned. Right? And then
Yeah.
Lono, hey, Keone, we got to block this kick or St. Louis going win.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 74, bro.
That
74.
was him and I and a couple other guys who were sophomores got brought up to play varsity, and that was the first Prep Bowl, and that was the last game at the old
The old stadium.
yeah, the old Termite Palace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
That
Did
was
you block
fun.
the kick?
Yeah. Oh, I well, it wasn't me. I think maybe it was Lono. Lono was good at doing that. He was small and he was fast. That's why
Oh, man, bro.
sneak in there.
And here's C. Honda, one of our moderators, saying Mahalo Nui Loa Keone right there.
Anytime,
And Kulika,
anytime.
more. Your interaction is spot on. Ooh, and there's the shaka that never show up.
It's also interesting when you talk about like the Native American and indigenous people of America that getting tattooed, because there's a lot of trade that happened during the Voyager days in Polynesia, where they have canoes, and then they also got chickens, and then we brought
Yeah.
back sweet potato. So like
Yeah,
even through
yeah,
the food,
yeah.
so of course culture would have been passed through also. So like that's
Exactly.
and even coming from Asia, the Austronesian people that traveled through,
Austronesian?
so that's
Yeah.
before Polynesia, traveled through, and they ended up in Samoa and then Tonga and then spread out through Polynesia.
When you said Austronesian, I went, so like, Australia and Samoa. Austronesian.
And no, but you know what a lot of people don't know is that
Hey, look,
in the
Susan
Pacific.
Kim. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Susan.
You remember Susan, huh?
Yeah, of course, we
Oh,
all grew
she
up
married
together.
Todd Moore. You heard about that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and they move all over
They went someplace else.
Iowa.
She's
I
still
think
cute
Iowa.
as a button. Oh, I was
Yeah.
crushing on her so bad in high school.
Oh, that's my heart. No, I was anyway, getting
Yeah.
back, we could talk
Sorry.
about that at other times. But getting back to kind, um the Polynesia was part of the areas that they did blackbirding. And
What's that?
blackbirding was slave ships would come in, Spanish ships
Yeah.
would come in and capture people to be slaves. So there are a lot of people from Tokelau. Actually, a lot of Tokelauans were
Mhm.
taken to Peru as slaves
Wow.
and absorbed in that culture.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of Peruvians that might have Polynesian blood that never ever knew about it because of
Oh,
that.
God.
But they also got some people from Samoa, from Marquesas, from Easter
Whoa.
Island,
Wait a
and all
minute.
of
They
that.
went to
Yeah.
Samoa and captured people and made them
Oh
slaves?
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we never get big
Blackbirding
until
was
we started eating processed foods.
no, that's true.
If
No,
you go somewhere, they're not that
I
big, you know.
had
yeah,
no idea.
Yeah, you go to
you go to Samoa,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you go to independent Samoa,
Yeah.
and the people are not that big.
yeah, they're not that big.
Yeah, yeah,
American Samoa would get McDonald's, and they're huge.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
still, you're 6'7". I don't think eating at McDonald's made you
Well,
6'7".
my parents ate it, and then
Yeah.
so it's
Well,
generation.
Polynesians were generally bigger,
Mhm.
taller than
Taller.
Europeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And even in Hawaii, we had people who were like, in Cook's measurements, the largest person in Hawaii that he measured was
yeah.
6'10". Yeah.
Wow.
6'10". Well, there's that statue that they carved in where's the MacNutt farm, and had that the guy that was the ruler of that
Yeah.
area, and he was like that. He says this isn't how big he really was, and
Wow.
he was like 6'10", something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Huge.
we had a range. We had a range from real small people to real
Mhm.
tall people. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, yeah.
Mean.
But yeah,
There we go.
get
But
plenty
hey, you know
stuff.
what? You got to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Okay.
thank you so much, because on yesterday's show you were on and went, "Hey, bro, what you like be on tomorrow?" Oh, shoot, bing!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set his alarm at in the middle of the night so we could do a test this morning, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Only why and
yeah.
I, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
Oh, gotta support.
Gotta support.
Uh,
Ooh, Jamesy
yeah,
super size.
yeah, I remember the kind. I remember you going around in Waianae, that that the guy that used to walk around with the hands in the front
In the
underneath the
shirt.
t-shirt. Yeah, that was you. That was you all the time.
Shh,
Yeah,
shh.
yeah, yeah,
What's this?
yeah.
Darren.
Here, Darren Gilmore. One last one before we go. Here, he says, "Keone, do you have seminars or instructions anywhere? Do you teach what you know? I really think your knowledge needs to be preserved."
Nah, nobody. I'm not that famous, so nobody. I'm
Well,
I'm
very
I'm not.
respected. You're very respected.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not an academician. A lot of what yeah, I did graduate from college and all that, but a lot of what I was taught more outside of the university than I ever was inside the
Mm.
university. Yeah.
Wow.
Um yeah, and aware, yeah, this is a Star Wars shirt. Yeah. Yeah. You can see. You
Look at
can
this.
see
Is
on
that
it.
a Star Wars shirt?
Yeah,
Wait, hold
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
me get her off the
Yeah,
screen
yeah.
so we can see your shirt. Go. Hold on.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
there. Yeah, you see, all that. Anyway, yeah.
Hey,
Um,
that's good.
yeah, yeah.
He
The
sounds
kind
like
a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Ari South, got
yeah,
Oh
this
yes,
yeah,
for me.
sir.
she gave me
Yeah,
some shirts
yeah,
too.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't get
She's
the Star
wonderful.
Wars one. I gotta go talk to her now.
No, I interviewed her in the car. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And she's from Waianae too. See,
Well, she's from Waianae, yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm so glad
yeah,
when she
yeah,
became Ari, because before that she was Andy.
yeah, yeah,
We have
yeah,
too many Andys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta learn to.
And
Yeah.
what's
I was
that?
gonna say some of the teachings is in songs. If you find some songs, they
Yeah,
actually have teachings, and a lot of it you got to go to the people. So you have to go to Thailand if you want to learn from Keone, because I mean, what Nainoa Thompson learned, he had to go
Yeah.
Micronesia to learn how to navigate the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
find the teachers
And
and learn from them.
yeah.
But you're
And
here. You're here often, though, right, Keone?
yeah, I want to go more often and stuff like that. But the biggest hang up is really the I don't want to go and then something happens to me medically.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's always been, because our genetics
Generation.
is not the our genetics is not the best,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
and our age and all of that. So,
yeah.
I don't, that's always a concern of mine. And I have a gallstone, and
Oh,
they told me if it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. But once
wow.
it bothers you, then So if I'm in Hawaii and the gallstone starts to bother me, I know it's gonna cost a lot. Yeah. So
You got to
I'm
jump
I'm
on a
more
plane.
cautious about it. Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
more
it's funny.
cautious about it.
I remember when we were in high school, and there was that one song talking about my generation. Remember that song, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
thinking now we just say it automatically like that because we can't remember. You know that oh yeah, generation. Hey, bro, mahalo for being here. We're gonna say good night or whatever
Okay.
time it is for you over there. It's 4:34 here in Hawaii. What time there?
9:34 in the
But
morning.
PM
in the future
in the
though.
Tomorrow.
morning. Oh,
Yeah,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, great. Whew, there you go.
It's Friday over here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Aloha Friday in Thailand.
Whew, there we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mahalo, bro. Thank you. And thanks to
Anytime,
everybody
anytime.
who tuned in and for any, gift subs or, and all the conversation on all the different platforms. Mahalo. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care,
Aloha.
Andy and James.
Thank
Mahalo,
you.
bro.